It's time to declare our mission accomplished. No, not the whole mission. We haven't created an equal economic playing field for the whole world yet. But we have succeeded in building a machine, a blockchain ecosystem that could conceivably be the foundations of a vehicle that carries us to that goal. Cardano is now better in a multitude of ways. All of the CIPs that make up Plutus 2.0, along with diffusion pipelining, have made us quicker, and they've reduced transaction size and cost for many types of complex transactions. Riding on those rails, we've got dApps launching in Cardano that leverage eUTxO architecture to do things the EVM world couldn't even imagine given their system's limitations. I don't think I'm exaggerating too much on that point. What's left is to build out the mainstream use cases to help the whole world discover that the Gen 3 blockchain champions have already been crowned. Ready? Let's go. Today, we are going to discuss the September Cardano 360 and all the improvements we're already seeing from Vasil, a graphical display of Cardano's crazy transactions per second capabilities. I did make a mistake there. I meant to say transactions twice. The Virtua Cardano Island land claim starting tomorrow. The Reach Metaverse land sale also tomorrow. And Emergo's Cardano pool party. If you saw this image and immediately thought to yourself, this is completely contrived, even if it's not an outright Photoshop, why would those people on the end only throw their graduation caps like a foot in the air when they could be like those people in the middle throwing it like 15 feet in the air? To that, I would say, just enjoy it, my dude. It's a graduation rainbow, a mission accomplished rainbow. Just enjoy it. Or if you're finding value in these videos each weekday, please consider delegating to the army of spies stake pool, ticker AOS. It's September Cardano 360 time. Triple H, Tim Harrison, Kevin Hammond, Nigel Hemsley. You might be wondering, why do I love Cardano 360 so much? Here's why. Because these are the guys who represent the entity that continues to bring us Cardano. IOG doesn't have to be doing this. They could have sold last year at the September highs and walked away, called it a job well done, made a huge amount of money, and been completely out of the Cardano game. Sure, from a PR perspective, that would have been difficult, but we've seen founding characters, entities in the blockchain space walk away from whole blockchain projects before. I'm not going to name any names, but if you've been around for a while, you'll know of one character in particular who has continuously walked away from various projects. IOG didn't do that. Here they are bringing us newscasts. They're basically newscasts telling us all about what they continue to do month after month after month. This is why I really appreciate IOG. Sure, you can argue that, hey, they own a lot of ADA, so it's definitely, their interests are definitely aligned with all of ours to continue all of this research and innovation and pushing the technical envelope. Sure, that's all true. But I mean, look what they're doing. They're going around the globe funding research, creating the Stanford Blockchain Research Hub, funding all of these papers all around the world that push forward the whole crypto space and that Cardano certainly benefits from. I really appreciate IOG, and I love that they do this monthly newscast, basically. In this one, Kevin gave us a rundown of everything that was accomplished in Vasil, including reference inputs, inline datums, reference scripts, diffusion pipelining, and the Plutus V2 cost model. We'll look at what MuesliSwap is showing for cost improvements in just a second, but Kevin also told us about the performance results. Block propagation times have gone from 1,600 milliseconds to 300 milliseconds. That's a huge improvement. Nigel then gave his report on what he pointed out as one of the biggest upgrades from Vasil that maybe a lot of people are overlooking. Everybody knows about it because we kind of watch the drama unfold, but maybe people are overlooking what actually came out of that. And that's that IOG learned really well, upgraded pretty massively its ability to work with the community. I think if anything came out of all the Vasil hard fork drama that kind of happened at the last minute there with the test nets and how long testing should go on for, we covered it on the channel. You already know all about it. It's that IOG now will have a much better game plan for working with the community. There was a lot more covered in this Cardano 360. I'm not going to rehash it all. Go check out the video. It only has about 1,200 views right now. So go directly to the IOG YouTube channel and check this out. But they talked to Genius Yield and D Quadrant. They talked about the Stanford Research Hub. They talked about the Haskell Bootcamp that IOG has been putting on that I've talked about on this channel. They talked about the education initiatives going on in Mongolia. They talked about Mithril. They talked about the Cardano Foundation's summit. They talked about the 5th birthday of Cardano, and they talked about Rare Bloom and CNFT Con. Go check out the video. Check out these crazy cost savings from Vasil. 10x savings on space, half the cost. This is crazy. Look at this. Here's MusiSwap reporting how their scripts are running. So a Plutus V1 transaction took up 14.73 kilobytes of space and cost 1.44 ADA. Under V2, a transaction takes up 1.31 kilobytes and costs 0.73 ADA. These are massive deltas in savings in both space and actual transaction cost for all the dApps that we're anxiously awaiting. So what is all this going to mean for the end consumer? It's going to mean very good things, especially when you consider how fast the Cardano blockchain actually was even before Vasil. Here, eUTxO.org points out that when we think about Cardano, we can't think just about transactions per second. We have to think about transactions per second, because eUTxO architecture involves the ability to send a whole bunch of transactions in what you would consider inside what you consider one transaction in the EVM architecture. So on the Ethereum side, you have a transaction. On the Cardano side, you would have what we would call a transaction, but it might have a whole bunch of outputs. Here you can see that eUTxO.org, which is the awesome graphical blockchain explorer, version 2 of this website is going to start showing us the equivalent number of transactions per second given our eUTxO architecture. And here they point out there are blocks that are the equivalent of 1,500 transactions per second. And this was without the Vasil enhancements. This was before Vasil. We are so good, guys. The future of Cardano is looking so bright in this post-Vasil Babbage era. And of course, one of the things I'm excited about right now are the coming Metaverse projects. And tomorrow is the beginning of the Cardano Island land claim event. So we knew it was beginning tomorrow and that it was a multi-day event. Here's a more detailed schedule. We've talked about it before, but here's how it's going to work. Day 1, legendary. Day 2, legendary plus special. Day 3, legendary special plus rare. Day 4, they're adding on common. And day 5, open to all rarities. You guys already know this is the day. I'm in common. This is the day for me. Day 5. Day 5 is the day I'll get to grab my parcel. I know some of you were more lucky in the mint than me. You probably got one of these more rare deeds, so you'll get to pick a little bit earlier. And don't forget, we have that one circle kind of in the bottom left over there, where if you're interested, a bunch of us from the Army of Spies can all put our parcels and we can try to make a little spy village over there and see what fun can be had. By the way, Virtua also dropped some sneak peek images of Cardano Island in their Discord, and things are looking pretty interesting if you ask me. Again, I always reserve judgment on all these Metaverse projects until we can actually be on the ground walking around, because there can be differences between still images and the actual, rendered virtual world when we're actually using it, but things are looking pretty good. If you can't remember where the self-appointed Army of Spies area is on the map, it's this circle down here. Also tomorrow is the Reach Metaverse land sale event. And if you're one of the condo owners, if you hold one of the condo NFTs, you can participate tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you'll get that 50% discount according to Reach Metaverse. There are subsequent days when people on the whitelist and the general public can participate. But if you got one of the condo NFTs, tomorrow's the day, and it looks like you'll get a 50% discount. I've shown you the Reach Metaverse before. It was in the first Meta Walk video I did. Here's a little still shot, but I'm very impressed with how far along Reach Metaverse is. Again, always withholding judgment until we can actually get in there and walk around. But Reach Metaverse is one of the few metaverses, along with Cardastation, where we can already walk around. We can already see how much progress the project's made. And Reach Metaverse has a bunch of different virtual environments you can kind of explore already live on their website. This is a really great sign. I'm excited to see how things look after this land sale and how soon we can actually get on our actual land. You can already currently go visit your condo. So Reach, I'm impressed with how far along Reach is. You might be aware that Emergo threw a pool party at the Token 2049 event in Singapore. And now a bunch of social media is coming out from that event. Looks like a great time. I have to admit, all of the Cardano related events I've ever been to, which is a small number, granted, it's a small number, but all of the ones I've ever been to have been a pretty good time. I mean, you have to be a little scared going to a tech related event. How fun is it going to be? Are these going to be fun people? I have actually had a pretty good time at Cardano related events, and it looks like people are having a great time at this event. So if you're thinking of going to one of the Cardano related conferences, like the Cardano Summit or CNFTCon or the Rare Bloom event, if you're on the fence, I would say go ahead and do it. Look at this. Taking a sip out of my drink, a CIP sip out of my drink at the pool party. So if you're thinking about going, I would say go ahead. You're probably going to have a good time. If you're on the fence, just go. Finally, the Future Fest Yummy Island event will be continuing today. For you as you listen, today is probably September 30th, and this will be the schedule complete with the acts up on stage. For me, as I record, it's still this day, September 29th. So what I'm going to do when I get off this video, when I finish recording, uploading, editing this video, I'm going to go and I'm going to try to live stream as I walk around the Future Fest Yummy Island virtual world. I think this is a great way. If you have no idea whether or not Cardano virtual worlds, Cardano Metaverse virtual worlds are going to be fun or not, checking out a Future Fest event is, I think, a pretty good preview of how good Cardano metaverses can be in the future, because Future Fest is one of those projects that's also very far along. I think most people are pretty impressed when they go into one of these events and they see how much Future Fest has got going on. I mean, obviously it's very aimed at being a digital music venue, but it's pretty impressive how many people they can have interacting with so many things inside their virtual world. So I will have probably already live streamed. If I'm successful in my live stream endeavors, this will have already gone down by the time you see this video. So hopefully some of you will have joined me on this live stream if it actually happened. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great week. We're now fully in autumn in North America. I know it's the opposite in the southern hemisphere, but in the northern hemisphere, we're now fully in autumn. Summer is over, which is kind of sad for a lot of stuff up here. I think summer is kind of the fun season, but for people who've been in sort of the drought, heavy heat areas of the world throughout the summer, autumn might be a welcome respite. I hope whatever you do in the autumn, you're doing something fun this weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.